get to it. Because, guys, the first thing we should be looking at is Dejan Kulusevski, and reports, of course, are still piling and piling and piling around Dejan Kulusevski. Actually, I do not understand. One thing I do not understand about Kulusevski is: are we looking at, are we looking to bring him in as a midfielder? Are we looking to bring him in as a winger? Because many reports continue to say he's a very, very good winger. He's a very, very good wide player. Look, the videos, the clips, and the times I've seen him, he's a very, very good progressive midfielder. That is where I've seen him play. But of course, many experts believe his best position is on the wings, and he is probably a Pepe replacement. But Dejan Kulusevski has come out and said he wants to join Arsenal, not Tottenham Hotspur. Actually, according to this report, they have said Kulusevski appears to already have made up his mind whether he would like to join Arsenal or Tottenham in the transfer window. The Swede looks set to leave Juventus next year after being ostracized by the current boss Allegri. The Turin outfit are also desperate to offload players after finding themselves in a financial mess. The COVID-19 pandemic hit them hard in the wallet, and several stars have been tipped for departures, including Aaron Ramsey, Paulo Dybala, Adrien Rabiot, and Dejan Kulusevski. All right, guys, of course, I talked about that. I talked about the financial issues that Juventus are facing, and I said, look, they're not in a very, very good situation. They have been in a very, very, very bad predicament. But the good thing with Kulusevski is that he wants to join Arsenal. Actually, we've seen reports, I've looked at reports suggesting that the player is actually an Arsenal fan, not a Spurs fan. He doesn't want to join Juventus. He doesn't want to join Tottenham Hotspur. He doesn't want to go there. He wants to join Arsenal Football Club. So maybe that is a huge boost. That is a very, very big boost. And Arsenal now do need to talk to Juve, who are in a very, very, very positive mode to sell any player that you want. At the moment, they are in a giveaway mode. It's like Jumia Black Friday. It's like Black Friday at Juve. You want a player, you're gonna get a discount for them because they're looking to balance the books. They're looking to correct their financial madness and mess and predicaments, because at the moment they find themselves stuck between a hard place and a rock. So they want to get in better waters. They want to get in clearer waters. They need to let go of some of these players that are occupying the bench, not playing football, but taking out a lot of money in terms of wages. So Kulusevski could be one player that Arsenal look at, and another player that is also looking to join Arsenal. We wait to see what happens. Is it a January transfer move? Like it's been widely reported, Arsenal would love to get him in the January transfer window, or will it be a summer transfer move? Like it's been widely reported that it's gonna be very, very hard for Arsenal to run a big budget. So probably we could actually get him on loan initially and pay the money in the summer transfer window. 30 to 35 million pounds. That is what we have to pay for the Swede midfielder. Is it Swede? Is it Swedish? Obviously, you can correct me down in the comments below. But of course, you can let me know. Is it too much, for him, or is it too little? He signed in 2020 for Juve. He's not really played football there, and he seems to want a new challenge. He needs a place where he can get game time. If we get rid of Pepe, yes, he can get game time there. And obviously, with the lack of Xhaka, with the absence of Partey, and a couple of our midfielders, maybe he can fit in that role and give us something exciting to watch. Obviously, the main story, guys, is around Raheem Sterling. Now, Raheem Sterling is one of those midfielders, is one of those wingers that are really explosive in the Premier League, and of course, he's been really consistent for Manchester City. 4 consecutive seasons, he has already done well. He's already really done well with Manchester City. Recorded double figures in each of the last 4 seasons for Manchester City. Let's be fair. Yes, many people are gonna say, he has fallen. And things like that. I don't believe that. I still believe Sterling has a long way to go. Really long way to go. Now, Manchester City, there's been a lot of questions about players wanting to leave and players not getting game time. And Pep Guardiola did come out, a couple of weeks or months ago and said, look, a couple of players do want to leave, Manchester City, including Bernardo and others. He didn't really mention many names as far as I remember, but the likes of Eric Garcia have already left for Barcelona, and a couple of other players would actually leave, the club to find game time. Raheem Sterling is one of them, and Manchester City are strongly okay with that. They are saying, good, if you wanna go, fine. Get someone who can pay for, you 50 million pounds. So Manchester City are saying £50 million is the right price for Raheem Sterling. What do you think about that, guys? Let me know in the comment box below. Before we continue the video, make sure you pause a bit, smash a like on the video, subscribe. Let's continue. So Raheem Sterling is one of those players that I believe are so good. Their ceiling has not yet been hit. Obviously, I don't believe it's gonna be more better, or too good than he than he already is. I don't believe that. I just feel like, yes, he's in that age, he's in that area where I think, like, he's hitting his maximum. He's hitting his he's hitting the bar. But still, £50 million, would I do that? It's a little bit of a risk for a 26-year-old, but I believe, like, I still believe it is in his Raheem Sterling is in his prime age. That is where footballers do play football. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That is the age where footballers play. Of course, we brought in Thomas Partey for £45 million, release clause triggered. Obviously, he's now suffering with injuries. I know Arsenal are a little bit skeptical about signing in players above the age of 24. We have not done that in the past transfer market. Actually, we've not brought in anyone above the age of 24. It's been Ben White, 23, Tomiyasu, 21, Nuno Tavares, 20, Odegaard, 23, and Albert Sambi Lokonga, 21. So you can see we are actually doing away with the idea of signing in players who are above the age of 24, and it is a very, very good thing, because it rhymes and in lines with the project that we are actually trying to run at the club. And my big question and my big concern around Raheem Sterling is, can Arsenal pay that money, and can the player actually agree terms to join the club? Now, according to City Fan Extra, one of those really, really big blogs when it comes to writing Manchester City news, they have said that there have been talks around a possible new contract for the England international, with Sterling's current deal due to expire in 2023. However, according to a new report from the Metro, negotiations around a new deal have been shelved. It's been reported that both parties are unwilling to discuss an improved contract for the forward, with City even open to selling the player in the January transfer window. Sterling was one of the several fast stars linked with a possible move away from the club in the summer, with the likes of Barcelona and Arsenal both linked with the player and former Liverpool star. Yes, guys, they have put it right. They have put it very, very right. We were linked with him. We wanted him. Mikel Arteta, it seems like these reports are actually not coming out of the blue. It looks like Mikel Arteta wants the player. Mikel Arteta loves the player. And of course, Raheem Sterling has also come out and made comments on Mikel Arteta, and he said he's one of those great coaches that I've worked with, and he gets he gets what he wants out of his players. So maybe that connection, maybe Sterling could fall nostalgic, maybe Mikel Arteta could fall nostalgic and decide to go for Raheem Sterling. So it is really, really tricky. Can we break the transfer policy that we have put in place to get a 26-year-old who is already above what we are looking at in terms of young players developing together and getting game time and pulling in the same direction? It is far off the track. It is absolutely far off the track. But question, would you take Raheem Sterling for 50 million? I repeat, would you take Raheem Sterling for 50 million? I would. I believe that what Arsenal do not have, Raheem Sterling can provide. The winning mentality is one a couple of things at Manchester City. But even if it's not that, I think he's a very, very talented young Englishman that can add goals to the midfield, that can add goals from the wings, and also create more chances for the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Balogun, and Nketiah to score more goals, because at the moment they really, really, really do suck at it. Anyway, Raheem Sterling, Dusan Kulusevski, some positive news. Talking about positive news, Liverpool are still struggling, and it is being reported that in the next 48 hours, Liverpool will try to run a scan on two players, Jordan Henderson. Actually, it's called Jordan Henderson, not Jaden, because it's actually Jordan. Jordan Henderson, the captain, and obviously the man Sadio Mane, to see whether they will be available, whether they will be fit, and test the extent to which they got injured, in the previous, international break. Now, look, guys, I'll never ask for an injury for a player, but at least I wish one of them is out, or actually both of them, for the Arsenal game. It is really, really, really scary when Liverpool are at their best. They have lost 4 points out of their possible 6. Have they lost 4? I think they have lost around 5 points out of the possible 6. They drew against Brighton 2-2. I think Brighton was so unlucky not to win that game. And obviously Liverpool didn't get the luck back. They lost to West Ham 3-2 in their recent game. They want to bounce back. They want to get back to winning ways. If they have the full squad, if they have the whole team available, it's gonna be very hard for us. And so